Hi, my name is Liony Garcia, and I'm a dancer and choreographer based in Miami, Florida. I'm a current resident here at the Ringling Museum, along with my collaborators True Harrigan and Juliana Trevino. The project that we're working on is titled Corporal Decorum, and I'd like to read a brief introduction on the piece. Corporal Decorum incorporates a dynamic collaboration between architecture, dance, sculpture, and video projections. The piece memorializes important features of Miami's surviving Deco architecture and concretizes those elements into the scenery and the body itself. The project focuses on dance to establish an interaction and translation of the design components found within Miami Beach's built environment. The performance demonstrates ways in which the past can be brought into present-day creative practices by translating historical architectural design into present-day movement and scenery. Decorum uses a multimedia approach to reimagine the relationships between cultural preservation and creative expression rooted in the place of Greater Miami. Drawing inspiration from earlier examples of architectural preservation in Miami Beach, the choreography reinterprets our urban and material past into a contemporary embodied form. Art Deco aesthetics are synonymous with the visual experience of Miami Beach, and this work seeks to further examine and document the visual and spatial language of Art Deco and its relationship to the human form. True Harrigan, who is my collaborator, who is a visual artist that works with projection and acrylic sculptures, this is the first time we're meeting. It's been an amazing experience to be able to further the work. Having the time and space here at the Ringling has been just crucial. Prior to this, I was exploring more so the movement language that could be created out of architectural design. And that, without the scenery, is a thing unto itself. We've been able to set up different compositions on the stage to see how that would interact with the body or just interact with the stage itself. It's the first time she's stepping out of a gallery space or a museum space and coming into a performance space. And we're just seeing what the possibilities are with her work. Eventually, deconstruction or architectural features will be made into styrofoam. And we've been playing around with what that may look like on the stage as well. In the second week, we had Juliana Trevino, who's the dancer I'm collaborating with. Seeing how the body interacts with the scenery is something that's very meaningful. At least I'm seeing that. It's kind of this is a continuation of working with symbolism and what's present, what's not present, what's material, what's ephemeral. And I've been able to see that play out here at the residency, where I'm not just working on movement, but there's an attention to objects and there's an affinity to them. And there's also a partnering, a kind of conversation that happens within the body and an object that transforms its meaning and association for the viewer. Miami is now in a very tenuous moment. It could be underwater in several years in the future. And so that's kind of where the piece starts, the narrative for it, and the discovery of what's left and trying to understand a lost city and a lost culture. That is really synonymous with what happens with Art Deco. They're looking towards the past, historical civilizations, and they're referencing Mayan and Egyptian cultures, and they're pretty much translating it or making it modern. And Miami Beach has examples of that. A lot of the step backs, for example, in some of the buildings look like Mayan temples. And this piece, what's really beautiful that's happening and unfolding is it goes from something that's material to the ephemeral. And then all the pieces really do make sense. When you add a body, it's depending on how they interact with those pieces. And it's like finding a room that's disheveled. And then how do you make it something that's recognizable or memorable? But what's beautiful is to find clarity in what you're doing. And I'm now seeing how important residencies are, because we're ultra focused and we've gotten so far along with the work in the short time that we've been here. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for this experience. And I'm very excited for this piece, you know, where it's gonna go, where it's headed. Also for me as an artist, it just lights my fire. I'm like, okay, I love creating. I love the action, whether it's my work or someone else's. Just the act of creating itself is what really excites me. And so, thank you, Ringling, and thank you, Elizabeth Dowd, for arranging this for us. Thanks.